Welcome to a journey into the depths of human nature, inspired by Robert Greene's acclaimed work. In our daily lives, we encounter a wide range of personalities. Some inspire us, while others challenge us or even cause distress. Often, we find ourselves puzzled by the actions of others and at times by our own behavior. Why do people act irrationally? Why do we repeat certain mistakes? This video will explore the fundamental laws that govern human behavior, helping you understand not only those around you but also your own inner workings. By the end, you'll have tools to navigate relationships, work, and personal growth with greater clarity and confidence. Robert Greene is renowned for his deep dives into the complexities of power, strategy, and human behavior. His books, such as Mastery, The 48 Laws of Power, and The Art of Seduction, have become essential reading for those seeking to understand the hidden forces that shape our actions. Greene's approach is both practical and philosophical, blending historical examples with psychological insight. In this video, we'll draw from his wisdom to uncover the laws of human nature, providing you with actionable strategies to master your emotions, decode others' motives, and build stronger relationships. Why is it so crucial to understand human nature? Throughout history, those who could read people's motives and anticipate their actions have thrived, while others have fallen victim to manipulation or self-sabotage. Our emotions often cloud our judgment, leading to repeated mistakes and missed opportunities. By learning the laws of human nature, you can become a calmer, more strategic observer, less reactive, more insightful. This understanding is not just about others. It's also about gaining self-mastery, breaking negative patterns, and unlocking your highest potential. Robert Greene's book is structured around a series of laws, each revealing a different facet of human nature. These laws are not arbitrary. They are drawn from centuries of observation, psychological research, and historical analysis. Each law is illustrated with real-life stories and practical strategies. By internalizing these laws, you can better navigate social dynamics, avoid common pitfalls, and harness your own strengths. Let's begin our exploration with the first law: master your emotional self. The first law is about recognizing how deeply our emotions influence our decisions. We like to believe we're rational, but in reality, our feelings often steer us toward ideas that soothe our egos or confirm what we already want to believe. This disconnect from reality is the source of many bad decisions and negative patterns. Rationality is not innate, it's a skill we must cultivate. By learning to counteract emotional impulses, we open our minds to what's really happening, rather than just reacting to our moods. To illustrate the power of mastering emotions, Greene recounts the story of Pericles, the legendary Athenian leader. In a time of crisis, when Athens faced war with Sparta, Pericles stood out for his calm, rational approach. While others were swept up in fear or aggression, Pericles advocated for patience and strategic thinking. His leadership ushered in a golden age for Athens, marked by prosperity and cultural achievement. Pericles' example shows that true power lies in the ability to rise above emotional chaos and act with clarity. Pericles believed in cultivating his inner Athena, a symbol of practical intelligence and wisdom. He trained himself never to react in the heat of the moment, always analyzing his feelings before making decisions. By focusing on the greater good and opening his mind to diverse ideas, Pericles was able to unify Athens and inspire a golden age. His story teaches us that rationality is a higher power within us, accessible through self-awareness and deliberate practice. Our emotions constantly influence our thoughts, often below the level of awareness. The desire for pleasure and avoidance of pain shapes our beliefs and decisions. Greene identifies several common biases: confirmation bias, conviction bias, appearance bias, group bias, blame bias, and superiority bias. Each of these distorts our perception of reality, leading us to make choices that feel good in the moment but may not serve our long-term interests. Recognizing these biases is the first step toward rationality. Confirmation bias leads us to seek evidence that supports what we already believe, while conviction bias makes us trust ideas simply because we feel strongly about them. These biases can make us resistant to new information and blind to our own errors. By actively seeking out disconfirming evidence and questioning our strongest convictions, we can begin to see the world more objectively and make better decisions. Appearance bias causes us to judge people based on superficial traits, while group bias makes us conform to the opinions of those around us. Both biases limit our ability to think independently and see people as they truly are. By slowing down our judgments and being aware of these influences, we can develop a more nuanced understanding of others and avoid being swept up by groupthink. When things go wrong, we tend to blame others or external circumstances, rarely examining our own role in the outcome. Superiority bias makes us believe we are more rational or ethical than others, blinding us to our own flaws. True growth begins with honest self-reflection, acknowledging our mistakes and recognizing that rationality and ethical behavior require conscious effort and maturity. Sometimes, emotions reach an explosive pitch triggered by external events or people who get under our skin. High-grade irrationality can lead to rash actions and regrettable decisions. Recognizing the signs of emotional escalation, both in ourselves and others, is crucial. By stepping back and analyzing our triggers, we can prevent emotional outbursts and maintain control, even in stressful situations. Many of our strongest emotional reactions are rooted in early childhood experiences. Old wounds, such as feelings of abandonment or rejection, can be triggered by present-day events, leading us to overreact or misinterpret situations. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can break the cycle and respond more rationally, rather than being controlled by unconscious memories. Sudden success or failure can trigger intense emotional reactions. Quick wins may lead to overconfidence and risky behavior, while unexpected losses can cause fear and hesitation. Both extremes can cloud judgment and lead to poor decisions. The key is to maintain perspective, balancing optimism with caution, and not letting temporary highs or lows dictate your actions. Being part of a group can amplify emotions and diminish independent thinking. Whether at a concert, sporting event, or online, we are susceptible to collective moods: joy, anger, outrage. Leaders and demagogues often exploit this effect, stirring up emotions to gain power or control. To maintain your reasoning powers, it's important to be aware of these dynamics and resist being swept up by the crowd. Despite our natural tendencies toward irrationality, we can cultivate rational thinking through conscious effort. Greene suggests several strategies. Know yourself thoroughly, examine your emotions to their roots, increase your reaction time, accept people as they are, and find the optimal balance between thinking and feeling. By practicing these habits, you can strengthen your mind and make more effective decisions. Self-awareness is the foundation of rationality. By reflecting on your behavior, especially under stress, you can identify patterns and underlying insecurities. Honest self-assessment helps you set goals aligned with your strengths and resist the pull of groupthink. Keeping a journal or seeking feedback from trusted sources can accelerate this process, making you more resilient and adaptable. When you experience strong emotions, take time to analyze their origins. Is your anger really about the present situation, or is it triggered by something deeper? By digging below the surface, you can uncover hidden motives and break free from automatic reactions. This level of introspection requires honesty and humility, but it's essential for personal growth. One of the most effective ways to avoid emotional mistakes is to slow down your reactions. When faced with a challenging situation, resist the urge to respond immediately. Take a break, sleep on it, or write down your thoughts before acting. This pause creates space for reflection and allows your rational mind to guide your actions, rather than being driven by impulse. Much of our emotional turmoil comes from wishing others were different. Instead, Greene advises us to accept people as they are unique, flawed, and unpredictable. By letting go of the desire to change others, we can observe them more objectively and respond with greater calmness. This perspective turns social interactions into a fascinating puzzle rather than a source of frustration. Rationality is not about suppressing emotions but about achieving the right balance. The ancient Greeks used the metaphor of the rider and the horse. The rider represents reason, guiding the powerful energy of the horse, which is emotion. Too much control stifles creativity, too little leads to chaos. By integrating both, you can act with boldness and wisdom. Developing rationality is not a dry or painful process. It brings deep satisfaction and creative power. When you master your emotions, you gain clarity, reduce conflict, and become more effective in your actions. This state of mind frees you from petty concerns and opens up new possibilities for growth and achievement. Embrace rationality as a source of strength and fulfillment. The second law of human nature is about empathy, the ability to connect with others by seeing the world through their eyes. While we all possess this remarkable tool, it is often blunted by self-absorption. Our mission is to turn our sensitivity outward, developing a deeper understanding of others and building stronger social bonds. From birth, humans crave attention and recognition. This need is so fundamental that it shapes much of our behavior. When we don't receive enough attention, we create a self-image to comfort ourselves. Most people develop a healthy sense of self, but some become trapped in deep narcissism, constantly seeking validation from others and unable to form genuine connections. Narcissism often develops in early childhood, shaped by our relationships with parents and caregivers. If a child is neglected or overly controlled, they may struggle to form a stable sense of self. As adults, deep narcissists are highly sensitive to criticism, prone to rage, and constantly seek attention. Understanding these origins helps us recognize narcissistic patterns in ourselves and others. Deep narcissists lack a coherent sense of self and depend entirely on external validation. They often react with rage to perceived slights, manipulate others for attention, and struggle to maintain stable relationships. While some may achieve success through charisma or talent, their inner instability often leads to chaos and self-destruction. It's important to identify these individuals and set healthy boundaries. Some deep narcissists rise to positions of power, becoming charismatic but volatile leaders. They attract followers with confidence and vision, but their need for control and attention creates instability. Organizations led by such individuals often suffer from chaos and eventual decline. Recognizing the signs of narcissistic leadership can help you avoid being drawn into toxic dynamics. Most people fall into the category of functional narcissists. We are self-absorbed to some degree but possess a stable sense of self and can turn our attention outward. This allows us to build relationships, focus on our work, and recover from setbacks. Recognizing our own narcissistic tendencies is the first step toward personal growth and healthier connections. We are all narcissists to some extent, eager to share our opinions, drawn to those who reflect our values, and susceptible to flattery. Denying this reality only hinders our ability to transform. By embracing our self-absorbed nature, we can begin the journey toward healthy narcissism, where self-love becomes a foundation for empathy and meaningful relationships. Healthy narcissists have a resilient sense of self, recover quickly from setbacks, and do not rely excessively on external validation. They accept their flaws, laugh at themselves, and turn their attention outward, either into their work or toward other people. This outward focus enables them to achieve success and develop deep empathy, making them valuable contributors to society. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It is rooted in our earliest experiences of bonding and is essential for building trust, cooperation, and social harmony. By cultivating empathy, we can anticipate people's actions, lower resistance, and create deeper, more satisfying relationships. Empathy is not just a social skill, it's a form of power. While empathy is a natural human capacity, it is often overshadowed by self-absorption. Technology and social media can intensify this effect, drawing us inward and reducing the quality of our interactions. To develop empathy, we must practice attentive listening, put ourselves in others' shoes, and remain open to different perspectives. This shift from self-focus to other focus is transformative. Empathy is like a muscle, it grows stronger with use. Start by cutting off your interior monologue and truly listening to others. Use your imagination and experiences to relate to their feelings. Analyze the information you gather, continually updating your understanding. This process requires humility as people are more complex than we imagine. The goal is not to read minds but to see the world from another's perspective. Cultivating empathy brings countless benefits. It draws us out of self-absorption, deepens our relationships, and enhances our creativity. By letting go of preconceptions and staying present, we become more adaptable and open-minded. Empathy also improves problem-solving as we learn to entertain alternative viewpoints and find creative solutions. Empathetic leaders are able to motivate and influence others by understanding their needs and perspectives. Instead of arguing or lecturing, they lower resistance and validate people's self-opinions. By setting the right tone and demonstrating genuine interest, empathetic leaders inspire loyalty and cooperation, making them far more effective than those who rely on authority alone. Empathy is not just about social harmony, it's also a key driver of creativity. By seeing the world through different eyes, we break free from habitual thinking and discover new possibilities. This openness to alternative perspectives fuels innovation and helps us adapt to changing circumstances. Empathy and creativity go hand in hand. In daily interactions, empathy helps us resolve conflicts, build trust, and create a sense of belonging. By paying attention to nonverbal cues and listening without judgment, we can connect more deeply with others. Empathy turns ordinary conversations into opportunities for understanding and growth, enriching both our personal and professional lives. To move beyond self-absorption, practice shifting your focus outward. Ask questions, show genuine curiosity, and seek to understand others' experiences. This not only strengthens your relationships but also expands your own perspective. Over time, empathy becomes a natural part of your character, opening doors to new opportunities and deeper connections. Empathy and self-awareness are deeply connected. By understanding your own emotions and motivations, you become better equipped to relate to others. This self-knowledge prevents projection and misinterpretation, allowing for more authentic and meaningful interactions. The journey toward empathy begins with honest self-reflection. Empathy is not just a social virtue, it's a creative force that shapes our thinking and actions. By continually updating our understanding of others, we remain flexible and open to new ideas. This adaptability is essential in a rapidly changing world where success depends on our ability to connect, collaborate, and innovate. Those who master empathy gain a unique form of social power. They can anticipate others' needs, resolve conflicts, and build alliances. This power is subtle but profound, enabling you to influence outcomes without force or manipulation. Empathy is the foundation of true leadership and lasting influence. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, empathy is more important than ever. As social interactions become more fragmented, the ability to connect deeply with others sets you apart. Empathy helps you navigate complex social landscapes, build trust, and create meaningful impact in both your personal and professional life. Ultimately, empathy leads to a more fulfilling life. It deepens your relationships, enhances your creativity, and brings a sense of connection and purpose. By mastering empathy, you not only improve your own well-being but also contribute to a more compassionate and harmonious world. The laws of human nature are not just abstract concepts, they are practical tools for self-mastery and social success. By understanding your own emotions, recognizing the patterns in others, and cultivating empathy, you can navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom and confidence. The journey is ongoing, but every step brings you closer to your highest potential. Mastering the laws of human nature is a lifelong pursuit. It requires honesty, self-reflection, and a commitment to growth. By becoming an apprentice in human nature, you develop the skills to observe, understand, and influence both yourself and others. Embrace this journey and you will emerge more rational, empathetic, and fulfilled, ready to thrive in any environment.